my hair is a nightmare. I haven't recorded in like a week. It's been I think it's been a week since I've uploaded my last vlog, but honestly, I haven't been doing anything. But I'm going to probably get something to eat, and then we can catch up a little bit because there's not a lot to catch up on, but we can catch up. Breakfast. I made an omelet with just some onions, some bell peppers, cheese, and then I topped it off with feta cheese because I am a feta cheese fiend. I will eat so much feta cheese you wouldn't believe it. But now that we have our breakfast, let's eat breakfast together and let's just catch up a little. It's been a little while. So the last video you guys saw was me and Adam getting the garden back to like a good state. We will be going over later tonight. I don't want to go right now when it's like super hot out. I mean, it doesn't look super hot because it's a little overcast today, but Adam taught me the joys of going to garden at 7 p.m. when it's not hot. So next, I'm sorry there hasn't been any vlogs. Like, I have, the past week, all I've done is watch TV, play board games with Adam, and work. I haven't really done anything like even remotely vlog worthy at all, which is insane because I usually still have things to yap about. But I did not have anything. To me, I didn't have anything good. And I know, like, I want to record for me and, like, things that I want to look back on. I don't want to look back on me saying, I watched TV today 10 times in a row. You know what I mean? So, there's that. And then another thing, I'm super excited, actually, but I am going on a trip next month, which was not planned until, like, 2 days ago at midnight. I think it's funny. My dad texted me while I was at work. I had texted him first because I was just telling him I started watching... Oh, animal control's here. Told him I started watching the show he recommended to me, which is Clarkson's Farm, by the way. It's actually really funny. I was like, hey, started at Clarkson's Farm. It's actually pretty good. He doesn't respond. An hour later, he's like, hey, what are you doing at the end of July? I was like, I don't have any plans. Why? He's like, well, I'm gonna go to Minnesota for a couple days. And I was like, hold up, Minnesota? We live in Utah. That's like a 17-hour drive to get there. And if you guys know, you know, but if you live on like the western half of the US, we don't fly, we drive. we're road trippers. So when he said it's a 17-hour drive, I was like, I'm down, I'll go. What's the occasion? And he's been really obsessed with this band recently, like for the past 3 months or so. And he said that the closest show to Utah is in Minnesota for the next like year. And he said he had already taken the time off work for some other reason. And so I'm not somebody who like declines trips and vacations. I love getting out. I love going on road trip. I love road trips. Adam will not go because he doesn't want to be in a car for 17 hours. I don't mind that. Love long drives. They're just so exciting for me. So I will be going on a vacation soon, which I'm really excited for. My brother is also going. So it'll be like a little family vacay. It would be a better family vacay if my mom went, but my mom doesn't like to leave the house. So, that was such a random like night. I was like sitting there at work texting him. I was like, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, let's do it. Cause like, I don't get to go out. I've never been that far east either. Cause I looked on a map. It is one column over from Oklahoma, and furthest I've been east is Oklahoma. So I'm very excited to experience it. I told him I have one requirement because we're gonna be, you know, in like the main city. And so I said, okay, well, if we're gonna be in that area anyway, I want to go to the Mall of America. Specifically, I want to eat at a rainforest cafe because I know they have one there. And he said, yeah, that's probably fine. So at least I'll get to go do that. I'm really excited for that. But other than that, like, I really haven't gotten any new updates for you guys. Oh, I might go back to school. I refilled out my FAFSA, and I'm old enough now that they don't look at my parents' income, which means I qualified again for money, which is nice. One of the reasons I dropped out of school was because I just couldn't afford it anymore. I was also very depressed, but it just also was expensive. So now that I can get some of that covered, that'd be great. I need to like reapply to the school that I go to though, because it's been too long apparently. So I'm excited about that. I don't know what I'm gonna go for, because like I've gone on several journeys in my education, right? When I was still in high school, I applied to a college to major in theater. Was I ever in theater? I took classes, but I wasn't like on the production company or anything at my high school. I like theater though, so I was like, I'm gonna apply. Then COVID happened, and then I decided to take a year off. And then I went to a community college, which I applied to be in the music program because I was in music at the time. Didn't happen, obviously. After music, I switched to fitness technician. I think fitness technician was my next thing. I really wanted to be a personal trainer. If you guys seen my body, I'm not a personal trainer. And after that, I switched to criminal justice. Now, let me be clear. After fitness tech, I dropped out. Because that's around the time my dog died. I wasn't having school. Went back a few months later, like I think a year later, and changed to criminal justice, and I took a few classes, and then I got a job working for the state within a criminal sector, and I decided I actually hated it. So I dropped out of school because I didn't have time, because I was working full-time for once. And I was like, I'm not interested in dealing with all these angry people all the time. So, did that. And now I'm kind of at an impasse because I wanted to get into human resources because I like, you know, interviewing and on board. I want to do that kind of thing. But I also kind of had an epiphany recently. Oh my goodness, my omelet. Had an epiphany recently about an education degree. It's so funny to me because I'm not super like big into like children. I don't want kids. I don't really enjoy being around kids. But I really like the idea of being a teacher. because I had some great teachers growing up, and they definitely kind of shaped me into who I am. Some of them, like, I still talk about, like, the field trips we went on and, like, the class activities that we did. And I really like doing that. But I also kind of have to decide, like, I'm not fond of, like, super young kids, but I wouldn't mind teaching, like, 8 and up. I just wouldn't want to teach, like, 6-year-olds. But 8 years and up is probably okay. But then I also have the other issue where I have really bad anxiety about being in schools because of certain things that happen mostly in my country. Like, being a teacher is such a hazard because, you know, people can bring your Second Amendment to school. That kind of scares me. But I don't know why I had that epiphany, but it's been a few months and I'm still thinking about it. So it's like, worst case scenario, I start taking the classes for it and then I decide I don't like it and switch my major again. Because this would be through a different school. Like, I wouldn't go back to that community college for this one because this is a entirely online, self-paced kind of thing. But I don't know, because at that point, like, the only other thing that even remotely interests me right now is, like, agriculture. But I'm blaming that on just a show that I've been watching. I don't know if I actually want to, like, be in agriculture. I want a farm, but I don't want, like, an industrial farm, you know? Like, I'm watching Clarkson's Farm. That's the show my dad made me watch. I'm not doing that scale. Like, that's big farming. I want enough for me and my family, and that's it. So I'm not really wanting to utilize that. Or maybe, like, some sort of outdoor, not park ranger, but this community college has a outdoor parks and recreation program, which you can, I think, get a degree for. And it's just, the classes you have to take for it are not actually that bad. They're just like wilderness first aid and a couple other things like that, which I think could be fun, but I don't know what I want to do with that, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I want to go back to school, but I'm not sure what I want to go back for. Outside of that, I'm pretty content. Life's been going real good. I've been having a real good time. We have some visitors next month, which I'm super excited for. We've never hosted anybody in our apartment. As long as they're staying in the apartment. We've never hosted anybody here. Which kind of stresses me out because I have never had to host somebody before on my own. It's usually my mom doing the things, but because I'm an adult and I live with my boyfriend, we are now the hosts, therefore we have to provide. Right now, those are your kind of life updates. Like I said, we're going to the garden later today. Today, my priorities are to get my dishes done. You can't really see it, but it is dirty over there. And I need to reorganize just a small section of my living room because I have a bookshelf that we need to bring in because I'm not leaving it in my car. So I need to move my gym stuff, basically. And I'm not sure where to put it, but we gotta put the bookshelf in today so I can go grocery shopping tomorrow. Other than that, though, that's kind of all we've got going on today. And then, like I said, we're going to the garden later. It's probably not too hot now. It's really overcast, so I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'll still wait a little bit. It is like 3 o'clock. I woke up at 2:30 because I worked last night. But anyways, I think I'm gonna finish my food and then I'll check back in with you guys. I actually wanted to show you guys something. So I've also been like crocheting now. I finally figured out how to do it. But I want to show you guys my first project. This is Dan. He's supposed to be a dino. He's not supposed to look like this, I'll tell you what. He's a special little dude. My first thing I ever crocheted. And then towards the end of Dan, realized I was reading my instructions wrong, like reading the paper wrong. I was like, I did everything wrong. So here's my bear that I just did, who's a lot better. He's still not great, but he at least turned out how he was supposed to. I really like him. He's really cute. I didn't put his little heart on his tummy. He's supposed to have a heart on his chest or something, but I couldn't figure out how to do that, so I didn't do that. But yeah. In typical Zoe fashion, she found her way back to the bed before doing anything she wanted to do. To be fair, I'm still waiting for it to get nighttime to go do my garden stuff. And man, I'm tired. I'm gonna wait till Adam gets home to do the bookshelf because I want his help, like reorganizing the living room. And I don't ever do the dishes until like we're about to cook dinner, so I'll just do those. He's cooking dinner tonight too, though. I don't know, but I'll do the dishes when he's home and about to cook. Okay, I got most of the dishes done. Ignore how dirty the sink is. I just also took down a lot of herbs and put them away, and I haven't cleaned this yet. But I'm gonna take a break and go probably play a game or something for an hour before I head to my mom's. So that's what my plan is. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day. Forgot to record at the garden, but we might go back today, so I will let you know. I will show you if I go back today. But I had a revelation last night, right? So we can ignore everything I said yesterday about school because I just entirely forgot that you can actually go to school for agriculture. I don't know why I forgot that existed, but you know, I remembered at like 3 in the morning. Alrighty, everybody. We just went, and I say we, I mean me and not you because I don't record. So I'm really bad at recording, like, not necessary tasks like that. But anyways, went to the grocery store, picked up some groceries. Now I'm heading to Walmart because Adam asked me if I could pick him up some command strips because he's like kind of jerry-rigging better AC for our apartment. Like he wanted to buy like a fan and some panels for like the windows. I don't really know what his plan was. He did it when I was at work and he was just trying to tell me about it, but I'm like, I don't really know what you're doing, but cool, good for you, I guess. But either way, he said he needed some command strips, and while the grocery store that I go to had some, they only had 12 packs, and I know in my bones there's a bigger pack out there. And I think Walmart's still going to be a little bit cheaper than my grocery store. So I'm going to go look there. If not, I might have to order some on Amazon. I don't know when he wants to do this project. But I also got my mom some chips that she likes because they were on sale. It was like 2 for $7 for a party size of the Maui onion chips. And so I picked her up a bag. So I'm taking that over as well. And then I need to show you guys the garden because it's been a minute. And I said I would take you last night and then I totally forgot. So we're going today. I got my community college transcripts sent over to this new university that I'm thinking of going to. And what else has happened? I sold some boots on Facebook Marketplace finally. When I worked for Amazon, they sent me a free pair of boots. And I got the wrong size. I didn't order the wrong size, but they sent me the wrong size. And the dude who was like helping me fix that order way back when this happened, which was in like October, he was like, yeah, like we'll send you a code to send them back. He never sent me the code. So I've had these boots that were too small for me for a year. They're the exact same ones as the one I'm wearing, but I got replacements again from Amazon for free. Then I've been wearing these boots for a year, but I just had like the smaller size for the last year sitting in a box in my living room. And finally, I posted them 3 months ago or 4. Someone finally took the bait, bought them. I gave her a good deal on them because they were like $120 boots, and I was selling them for $60, but I ended up selling them to her for $50 because I just wanted them gone. And then I found out Venmo like got rid of my Discover card. Don't know why, because I bank with Discover primarily, and I went to go and take my money from the girl, and it said unavailable. So now I just have that money sitting in my account, my Venmo account, that I can't like pull out because I don't have a card to send it to. Like, I could send it to my other account with my other bank, but I don't have any of the updated cards on Venmo, and I didn't feel like putting them in at the moment. So that happened, but at least the boots are gone. It's one eyesore out of my apartment. I just need to get rid of this desk chair that I have that Adam keeps saying I need to get rid of. I don't really care either way. I like having the option of having an extra chair just in case somebody needs an extra chair when they're at my place. But I also understand that it's an eyesore and there's nowhere else to really put it. And it looks really stupid sitting in the living room. But it's what you get when you have a small apartment, you know? Sometimes you just have to live with the eyesores. Oh my god, I didn't show you guys the new living room setup. Adam and I spent last night working on half of our new setup. It's nothing crazy. We just moved a bookshelf around, got another bookshelf, and then we're going to be getting another bookshelf on tomorrow, as long as he is still willing to go grab it with me. When we moved out, my mom gave us her 2 little black bookshelves and her 2 large white ones, and we only took 1 white one when we moved out because at that point, frankly, I was so tired of moving furniture that I just didn't want to bring it, didn't want to deal with it. And one of the black ones I didn't technically have at the time either, just because that's where all of our old DVD, like video games and stuff were on, like disc video games. My dad got that cleared out a couple months ago, and I was like, okay, I'll take the shelf. Kept forgetting to take the shelf. Finally brought that shelf home, theoretically, last weekend. I only got it in the house last night because I was like, well, I need to get it out of my car because I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow, and if the shelf is in the car, I have nowhere to put my groceries. So I told Adam to help me bring it in and set it up. I just asked him, when I had texted him, I said, will you help me bring the shelf in from the car tonight? All I asked. What did this man do? He spent all night reorganizing the living room to make room for the next shelf too. And he was complaining that I was keeping him up so late, and I was like, dude, I just asked you to bring the shelf in with me. I did not ask you to do the rearranging right now. But we got it done, and I'll have to show you guys later. I think it's pretty cool. But anyways, like I said, I'm headed to Walmart now, so I will catch up with you guys later. Okay, we are outside at my garden. I'm going to show you guys the update. So we have a cucumber growing. It actually looks a lot better now, even. Got some more growing over there. I just brought these tomatoes in yesterday. Those ones are still growing really good. I don't know if anything's gonna grow in this section. It's whatever. And then I have my watermelon still growing right there, and I have one here. Just wanted to show you guys what we did really quick. So obviously we moved our bookshelf over and then put in the new one there, and then he wants to put the other white one on this side, which means I gotta find a spot for all that. But it works, you know, like it looks decent, and it's gonna look like an actual media center once we get the other one. So pretty hyped about that. So I am currently actively hanging up some pictures. Since we moved the bookshelves, the wall has been rather empty looking. So I'm hanging up some pictures. I planned out like a little display on the bed before I came in here to hang them up. I want to hang pictures in the living room and also in the bedroom, but both spots kind of have like really weird open empty walls right now. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing in here. So I'm just starting with the photo strip as my centerpiece, and then I'm working around it. So I got pictures to hang up. But yeah, we got like a big ass empty space to like hang things. So most of the pictures that I am planning on hanging up in here are pictures of me and Adam. And then for the bedroom, I was going to focus more on pictures like of the cats, or us and the cats. Just cause like this is more like a look at our romance when you're in the living room, and then the bedroom is like, look at that stupid guy. I don't know, that's just how I feel. I'm gonna close the blinds just cause I feel a little exposed right now. Much better. Yeah. So I'm gonna just finish probably hanging these. You guys will see the bigger picture once I've actually done it. Collaged it out. It looks really good. I have, it looks like 5, just 5 left. So I don't know how I want to do that. I mean, I guess I could put maybe like 1 more vertical on each side. That'll be 2. Or I could do 2 more verticals on each side and then use the last one as like my center line for the bedroom one. I'm not too sure what I actually want to do with that, but that's kind of what my thought process has been. All right, this is what I'm ending the night off with. Had to do it kind of a certain way, like with the bottom here, like I said. Well, I didn't say it to you guys yet, but so I wanted this one in the middle because it was more zoomed in than these 2 were. And then like most of these center ones are body shots, so I put like the more selfie ones on the ends, and then yeah, those are just whatever. But this will be an ongoing collage, but for now that's what we've got. And if I ignore the mess on the bookshelf, that's what it looks like at the moment. I kind of want it to spread, or not to spread, to this wall. I want to do something else on this wall specifically, just not sure what. But okay, everybody, I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you for joining me for the last couple of days. Appreciated your company. And like I said, I apologize for not vlogging earlier in the week, but I was just not doing anything. I'm gonna try and find things to do even when I'm not doing stuff. But for now, you get what you get. Anyways, thank you guys, bye.